And while the NDA is celebrating and while the BJP and the JDU are exulting in a historic mandate in Bihar, the Congress party's de facto leader Rahul Gandhi is not even reportedly in the country to be with his rank and file, leaving them, abandoning them practically to face this humiliating ignominy in Bihar. And it is incredible because Rahul Gandhi, upon whom enormous resources have been spent in order to craft him as some sort of a Jananayak in Bihar, the huge and expensive vote chori campaign, but Rahul Gandhi is not here on a crucial day. As a leader, he should have been here to be with the men and women of the Congress party to face and to own up and to take responsibility for what has happened in Bihar, but he is not even here. Forget about being in Bihar or Delhi. He apparently, we hear, is not even in the country. But just take a look at that shrinking feeling for the Congress party since the Lok Sabha election in 2024, because this is very, very serious for the Congress party. It's the second largest party in the country. It is the principal opposition party in the country. So this is real. Since that time, 99 seats was good news for the Congress party. They practically doubled their tally. It was the road to recovery, they said, about the Congress. But then in Maharashtra, 16 of 101 seats. In Haryana, 37 of 90 seats. In Jammu and Kashmir, 6 of 32 seats. In Jharkhand, 16 of 30 seats. In Delhi, they were wiped out, obliterated, 0 of 70 seats. And in Bihar now, they're leading in about 5 seats right now and expected to win at least some of those. They went down to 1. They were leading in just 1 seat for a while now. Now that number has become 5. Just take a look at some of this other data that we've been able to pull out for you. 1985 was the last time the Congress was in power in Bihar. At that time, it had 196 of the 323 seats at that time with a vote share of 40%. This is, of course, undivided Bihar. In 1990, the Congress faced its first loss in Bihar. At that time, it won 71 of 323 seats with a vote share of 24%. Flash forward to 2015, it won just 27 of the 243 seats. This is right, at the peak of the entire Nitish Lalu chapter of Bihar politics. Vote share 6%. 2020, 19 of the 70 seats that it fought, with vote share plummeting to 9%. In 2025 now, they're leading in about 5 seats at this point of time and will definitely end with just single digits. Now, remember, Bihar is over. There will be Chintan Baitak, there will be introspection and all of that. But the next year, 2026, is a crucial year for the Congress party, because in those states where the Congress will be fighting, many of them, the Congress is a credible, big, meaty contender. Tamil Nadu. This is what happens because of the Bihar loss. Bargaining seats with the DMK is going to become more difficult. The vote base is likely to be hit by Vijay. Already a challenge there. Then you've got Kerala. Will the High Command control weaken after this debacle in Bihar? There will be more possible infighting within the party. It's almost certain it will happen. West Bengal is another dilemma for the Congress party. They've simply not been able to navigate. Mamata will flex her muscle nationally, feeling more vulnerable about the BJP. Will the India bloc simply disunite and completely separate in desperation right now? That's the question we're asking. What next for Rahul Gandhi? What next for the Congress party? Ashok Malik and Tehseen Poonawalla continue to be with me. Ashok, first, on Rahul Gandhi not being here, I know that's a micro part of the larger implications of this, but as a leader, shouldn't he have been here on a day like this? I mean, I am not commenting on what else he should have had to do, etc. But as the de facto leader, someone who was called the Jan Nayak, someone who crafted the vote chori campaign, motorcycle through Bihar, he should have been here on a day like this.
Oh, completely. When an election verdict comes out, whether you lose or you win, you need to be with your soldiers. They fought hard, they worked hard, they deserve that.
Yeah.
They deserve you standing by them. So it's a little unfair on Congress voters. I know the Congress is a diminished party in Bihar. It was diminished even before this, but nevertheless, people out there have fought elections. They have worked hard. He's an alliance partner of the RJD, he should have been there.
There seemed, should he have been here? You know, I know there can be explanations that, you know, they were leaving it to the RJD. The RJD was the lead ally. Rahul did his bit. He's entitled to, you know, take these trips. But on a day like this, as a leader, as someone who literally had the party's audacity to craft him as a Jananayak, which means something in Bihar, and he's not here?
So I'm very old-fashioned, and I believe that when you go to war, you don't leave the battle.
Yeah.
Come what may, you stand there till the last bullet is fired. If you're playing a match, till the last ball is bowled. The problem, Shiv, is one is this. The second problem is, where is the accountability, and where will the accountability start and end? Today is the birthday of Jawaharlal Nehru, one of the tallest leaders of the country, one of the tallest leaders of Congress. You can agree, disagree with him. On his birth anniversary, the Congress is reduced to being a mere 5 seats or 4 seats in a state like Bihar, the third largest Lok Sabha state in the country. Is this justified for the grand old party? First. Second, the same people who are responsible for Punjab, responsible for Haryana, responsible for Delhi, responsible for Maharashtra, are now responsible for Bihar. They will again write a report, none of which will come to light, and when will accountability set? I am saying this in NDTV as a Congress voter. I vote the Congress. My grandfather was shot when he was with Mahatma Gandhi in Pune when Gandhiji was released from jail. I am asking you, when will people like me be happy? When will we see a victory? Are we not entitled to a victory? The people that Ashok referred to, that last voter of the Congress standing in that line, that 5-6%, whatever vote the Congress get, that person who's carrying the flag, doesn't he or she deserve that the Congress win an election?
Let's ask the Congress party that. Advocate Ashpreet Kharial is with us, as spokesperson of the Congress. Ashpreet, welcome. You know, a bad day in the office as far as the Congress is concerned, and my commiserations on that. But the sense is, where is Rahul Gandhi, the man that you've called the Jananayak in Bihar, in the country? He's not even here. He's leaving people like you to face the humiliation of this defeat in Bihar.
The number one, 47 lakh voters that voted the last year in the Lok Sabha election did not get to vote in this election. Now, the fact of the matter is, due to SIR, this chunk of people, 47 lakh voters were removed. Our question here is that if these voters were fake, if they were not supposed to vote, then why did the last year did they get a chance to vote in the Lok Sabha election? And before that, in Panchayat election, MC election, by-election, assembly election, and whatnot. So the fact of the matter is, the timing of the SIR, that's another contention. Just when the election was around the corner, SIR gets announced. Back in the day when it was done in 2003, 22 years ago, it was done in the entire country. And this time it was done only in Bihar, and then they say we'll be doing it in 12 more states. The question here is, a very short span of time was chosen, a very cumbersome process was given, and then there was no grievance redressal at all whatsoever. Number two, as far as the Bharatiya Janata Party's minister is concerned, Mr. Patil, who joined on a channel, a very relevant question was asked: how much, when do you start preparing? How much time do you give for the preparation and campaign, etc., to win an election? They said 5 years. So this goes on to suggest that the Bharatiya Janata Party's government is 24/7 into campaign mode, election mode. The Prime Minister is more of a prime campaigner and less of a Prime Minister. Yes, they have won the election, no doubt, but at the cost of governance, at the cost of development. 5 chief ministers, 18 ministers, and the entire central government was down there in Bihar. My only question to the Bharatiya Janata Party's government is, what of all the other issues that you kept pending, that you kept in abeyance, that you ignored and neglected? And number two, winning an election is one thing, but governing a state is another. The Bharatiya Janata Party had to change a lot of slogans because they could not change the ground reality. That's why they had to change so many slogans. And now my question to the Bharatiya Janata Party is, who the CM is going to be, because we don't know who the front engine of this double engine is, and even these parties don't know that, because
Ashpreet, I imagine Congress spokespersons are going to be interrupted in debates right through prime time. That's why I didn't want to interrupt you. I wanted you to, to have your say and get it out there. But I didn't hear an answer to my question about whether Rahul Gandhi should have been here, because symbols matter. He's the leader of your party, and not one word of self-reflection or even indicative introspection about something like this? All of the things that you rattled off, which is like a menu card of things to blame for this, still don't account for the scale of this landslide. Tehseen, who is a Congress supporter, Tehseen, do you have anything to say to us?
If I may just add to that.
Tehseen just has something to say. I'll let you answer, and Ashok as well.
He's a very good lawyer. If I'm ever in trouble, I'd want him to defend me. But here's the problem. You know, हम ये कह रहे कि उनके घर में बिरयानी नहीं बनी, हमें खाना नहीं मिल रहा, हमारे घर पे दाल चावल नहीं मिला है. देखिए, if all of these problems that the Congress is listing, and I believe the nation does have some problems, why are we not the solution to those problems? Why are we always in a mood where we are complaining, we are angry, we are bitter, we are blaming everyone else? Can we just once say pause? Maybe despite these problems the people of India are selecting the BJP, maybe we should introspect that despite all these problems.
Congress has introspected, haven't they? I mean, they've done things in Udaipur, they've done things elsewhere after elections, and still nothing has happened.
But where is those results? You've seen Haryana, you've seen Maharashtra, you've seen now Bihar. You've seen Delhi, time after time, they're losing elections. Look, if we want to save the constitution, we want to do the caste census, we want to bring utopia in India, I am all for it, but for that we need to be in power.
Ashok, you have anything to add to that?
I'll just go back to one thing which he said.
Yeah.
He said that the Prime Minister and the BJP are 24/7 into
and people are waiting for the Prime Minister in those live pictures as well. Yeah.
Campaigning. Look, that is modern politics, not just in India, it's there in other democracies as well. We are in a hyper-competitive democratic environment where governance and campaigning for the next election goes hand in hand. It's a reality. I'm not saying this is the way it should be, but it's a reality. If the Congress doesn't start doing that, it will never come to pass.
Yeah.
Sometimes together, you're governing and campaigning at the same time.
Absolutely.
I want to go, just for a moment, I want to go to those live pictures from the BJP headquarters. The crowds have gathered there. The rank and file is there in full force. And unlike in the Congress party, where Rahul Gandhi is nowhere to be seen, is not in the country reportedly, Prime Minister Modi is very much there. And he's going to be there in a short while from now to address this huge crowd. Obviously victorious, jubilation. There will be energy already being expended on the next fight. You know, that's what the BJP machine is really famous for. The groundwork has already begun on the next elections. Gauri Dwivedi, my colleague, is live with me from the BJP headquarters. Gauri, the Prime Minister is on his way.
Indeed, the Prime Minister is on his way, Shiv, and all eyes on the kind of messaging that he will give. It's going to be a big victory speech, and huge preparations are there inside for the Prime Minister to make that speech. Of course, one needs to keep in mind that the celebrations have been a tad bit muted in the wake of the terror blast. But when you speak to the workers here through the day, they've been extremely excited to hear the Prime Minister. And remember, this has been a campaign led by the Prime Minister from the front, and he's spoken at length about the fact that when you choose BJP and when you choose NDA, you're actually choosing development and Vikas as the big narrative. So now the workers here, in fact, there was a lot of spokespersons behind me. All of them have now rushed to listen to the Prime Minister, who's expected soon. Remember, SPG has already cordoned off a large part of the area in the BJP headquarters. All eyes on the kind of messaging that the Prime Minister will give and enthuse the cadres who are also already now looking at the big electoral fights of next year. So all eyes on the Prime Minister.
I noticed that in these live pictures coming in from the crowds over there, you know, many of the people there are wearing the famous Mithilanchal Park, the headgear, the bright pink headgear of the Mithilanchal region of Bihar. The symbols matter, and we know the BJP does this very well. So many people echoing Bihar culture even as they wait for the Prime Minister. Very important, these little things.
Absolutely. Three things one saw here. One, of course, that Muretha was there in full spirit there. You're right that symbolism matters and every gesture is important. There were, in fact, a lot of people carrying laltens with the word saying that now laltens are actually powered by LEDs. Those days of Jungle Raj and RJD are behind. That was the second key message that was there across the BJP headquarters. And the third was everybody, of course, was having the litti choka, the staple diet of Bihar. Bihar. So these three things one saw through the day amidst the color of celebration and festive spirit that's been here at the BJP headquarters. And all eyes now, of course, on the symbolism that the Prime Minister's speech will also bring in, the color that he'll bring in, and of course the message for his much enthused cadre.
Of Litti Chokha in the NDTV
Studios.
Yes.
We weren't celebrating the BJP victory, we were celebrating the victory of democracy, Gauri.
Democracy will always be celebrated with Litti Chokha. I don't think there's ever going to be an occasion where I wouldn't want some Litti Chokha to actually celebrate. I hope you get some good Bihar cuisine there at the BJP headquarters this evening after the Prime Minister arrives and then he leaves. Gauri, she's been doing an amazing job on the ground there, getting us all that flavor from the big headquarters of the BJP. The Prime Minister is going to be there. That speech will be live here on NDTV. We're slipping into a very quick break so we can come right back in time for the Prime Minister's arrival. Padmaja has you right after this break. Stay with us. It's a huge understatement to say it's been a disastrous run for the Mahagathbandhan in Bihar as the Tejaswi Rahul duo failed to win the seats that they promised their rank and file despite crowd puller rallies and saw many youngsters throng the events across the state. They wanted Gen Z and they got, well, Gen Zero, because amidst a landslide victory for the NDA, the Mahagathbandhan is crying foul over vote manipulation claims and inaction by the Election Commission. Take a look.
या जो सीटें महागठबंधन जीत रही है उसको डिक्लेयर मत करो, एनडीए की सीटों को जो है वो डिक्लेयर करो.
An assertion by the RJD Sion at the beginning of the day sounded hollow in a few hours. The Mahagathbandhan's performance this time was a shadow of its 2020 results when the opposition bloc fell just short of forming the government. It was a campaign where one of the key faces, Rahul Gandhi, was missing for almost 2 months and joined only towards the end. There was also buzz about discord within the alliance, with RJD reportedly wresting the CM face from Congress. MGB's social engineering math was also weak. 40% of Congress candidates were upper caste. For the RJD, only 7% of the candidates were EBC. On cue, the Gathbandhan justified the results by blaming the Election Commission.
रुझानों में जरूर लग रहा है कि ज्ञानेश कुमार गुप्ता भारी पड़ रहे हैं बिहार की जनता पर. मैं बिहार की जनता को तो कम नहीं आंक सकता. उन्होंने पूरा हिम्मत दिखाई है, SIR के बावजूद दिखाई है, वोट चोरी के बावजूद दिखाई है.
RJD had laid the groundwork from Thursday itself, raising a conspiracy theory and threats.
और खास तौर पे ऐसी सीटें जहां मार्जिन कम है या जो सीटें महागठबंधन जीत रही है उसको डिक्लेयर मत करो, एनडीए की सीटों को जो है वो डिक्लेयर करो.
हमारे आवाज को नहीं दाब सकता है, आप लोग अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं. कोई व्यक्ति चाहेगा कि हम खूब फेंक के हमको डरा दे, तो FIR भी होगा, फिर भी जो सच्चाई होगा हम लगातार बोलते रहेंगे.
BJP was quick to dismiss RJD's allegations.
कुछ लोग जो है वो जनादेश को स्वीकार करने के बजाय उस पर जो है हाहाकार करने में ज्यादा यकीन करते हैं, तो वो उनको जो है नुकसान करता है.
Several factors seem to have worked for the NDA, from social engineering to the magic of Nitish and Narendra Modi. For the Mahagathbandhan, it's clearly an inability to assure the people of Bihar that they are capable of leading them to a bright future. With camera person Ashwini Mehra, this is Vasudha Venugopal for NDTV.